All right, here's the truth. Most relationships, they don't fail because there was no love. They fail because something essential is missing. And the crazy part, it's the same thing missing in, I would say, almost 90% of relationships. Think about it. How many couples do you know that they started out amazing? They had great chemistry, but months or years later, it all fell apart. It wasn't because they didn't love each other. It was because they lacked this one key ingredient. And in this workshop, I'm not only going to tell you what it is, I'm going to walk you through the exact exercises so you can spot it in your own relationships and then actually end up fixing it. So I'm going to take you guys through this segment on the key concepts, the core concepts of this. The missing piece is emotional safety and honest communication. Now, here's why this matters. Without emotional safety, you can't be vulnerable. Without vulnerability, you can't have real intimacy. And without intimacy, that love eventually dries up. Emotional safety means that your partner feels like they can show up as their real self. Their fears, flaws, insecurities, and all of that without being judged, rejected, or shut down. But the thing is, most couples never build this foundation. Instead, what they do is they sweep things under the rug. They avoid the hard conversations. They only share the safe parts of themselves. And what that means is, over time, that lack of depth makes the relationship feel shallow, disconnected, and ultimately unfulfilling. So I want to give you guys a kind of a real life example. All right, I had a friend, and for this circumstance, let's call him Mark. He was dating someone for just over a year, and on the outside it looked absolutely perfect. They had nice dates, they went on fun trips, they took a couple photos together, but deep down Mark felt like he couldn't fully express himself. Anytime that he brought up stress or something that bothered him, his partner, what did she do? She shut him down or completely changed the subject. So guess what ended up happening? He bottled all those things up. The tension grew until eventually it exploded. And when the relationship ended, it wasn't because that there wasn't any love. It was because they didn't create a safe space to be honest with each other. Now, imagine if early on they had actually took time and built a culture of open communication. In that circumstance, Mark could have shared his feelings with his partner, and his partner could have listened without shutting him down. Ultimately, that relationship might have lasted, and from that it could have even grown stronger. So I want to go through an interactive exercise with you guys. Now let's bring this back to you. What I want you guys to do is we're gonna do a little exercise here. I want you to pause this video and do this exercise. Okay, I want you to write down the last 3 conflicts, frustrations that you've had in your relationship or in your past relationship if you're currently single and going through this. Now, ask yourself, for each one of these, did I feel safe enough to actually fully express how it felt? Did my partner feel safe enough to do the same? Or did one of us shut down and avoid or explode instead? So what I want you to do is take 3 to 5 minutes. Don't just think about it, but write it down so you can look at it. I want you guys to pause this video, take 5 minutes and do it. Okay, if you did that, you're starting to see kind of where emotional safety was missing. And if you can see the pattern, then ultimately that's where we can start on fixing it. Now, here's a deeper challenge. I would like to call this, a relationship audit. What I want you guys to do is I want you to rate your current relationship or your most recent relationship on a scale of 1 to 10. In these 4 areas. Number 1, starting with trust. Do I believe that my partner has my back no matter what? Secondly, communication. Do we talk openly about feelings, needs, and our boundaries? Third, intimacy. Do we share fears, dreams, and our vulnerable side? And 4, support. Do we lift each other up when life gets hard? I need you to be brutally honest. If any area of this is below a 7, that's your growth zone. Now, here's the fix. What you need to do is you need to have one intentional conversation this week. Bring up something that you normally wouldn't. Share a fear, a need, or even something as small as a tiny frustration. And I need you to do it calmly and openly. That could be difficult. That one step alone it starts building emotional safety. So now I'm going to share with you guys something in my last relationship. In my last relationship, trust was strong. After an accident that I had that left me handicapped for months, my partner quit her job and cared for me every single day, made sure that I was recovering. But in communication, we struggled. Things always stayed surface level. We avoided the deep conversations from past traumas. Our intimacy, it was around a 5. Sometimes strong, other times really guarded. We thought we were protecting ourselves from that hurt, but really, we were blocking connection. Our support for each other, that was our strength. We always backed each other's growth. We were always a team, constant. And that's the point. Every relationship has strong areas. Every relationship has weak ones. And that's what this audit will do. It'll show you where you need to focus. So remember, what do 90% of relationships lack? Emotional safety. It's not about flowers. It's not about fancy dates or constant excitement. Ultimately, it's about creating a space where both people can feel like themselves and be honest. When you build that safety, everything else grows. Your trust, passion, intimacy, and love. And here's the best part. Emotional safety isn't something that you either have or you don't have. It's something that you create one honest conversation at a time. In the next lesson, we'll dive into why so many people lose interest after just a few weeks and the psychology behind attraction. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Last thing, remember, love without safety cannot survive, but love with safety thrives.